Hello, I'm home for Thanksgiving, and so I don't have any of my fancy dancy editing equipment software. So this is going to be a straight shoot, none of this clip clop, nothing. Thanksgiving was yesterday, and I'm here today. No one is in the house. A great deal of people were in the house, and I was waiting for them to leave so that I could work on my homework, which I can't, and it turns out, work on. It's a group project and no one has done anything, and I don't know where to start because it's out of my area of expertise, and I'm waiting for the stronger players to lead before I can follow. Normally I wouldn't do that sort of thing, but in this case this is the last electrical engineering class I'm going to ever have to take ever. So I think it's better if I don't spearhead this particular maneuver, being a computer science major myself. But I'm here all alone, and I had planned to do this work, and I can't now, and now I don't have anything. I mean, I could do it, but I'm using my dad's computer, and it's so, the deal was that I would not modify it and just use it and not leave a trace. And trying to use Google Documents with Firefox, well, you don't have as much functionality. And let's make sure I'm fully in frame here. Anyway, new HD camera, it's new that I'm recording with the HD camera. As promised, the vlogs have been sporadic. Ad revenue is way up. And I've been thinking about this quite a bit, trying to analyze what I was seeing through the charts and the graphs and the squiggly lines that they give me. For those of you who might not know, the way so let me just back up even further. I have ads on my YouTube videos, on my YouTube partner. On my other channel I have a few hundred subscribers and over 2 million video views, but that's over 6 years, and one of the videos that I have is over 1 million views. So if you subtract that out, then you have 1 million views over 6 years between around 700 videos, ranging in topic wildly from vlog like this to video game commentary to I don't even know, just mashups of TV things and movies. One time I recorded some Star Fox 64 and I dubbed it all over with my mouth. I was just dun 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 choo 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 choo, stuff like that. I've been making videos for a long time and I still haven't stopped saying no. I am really starting to take it very, very seriously, or at least trying to take it seriously. And I'm looking at my ad revenue, which is what I get when the following happens. I will check my AdSense and it will say this many dollars. Usually it's in cents. Sometimes it's over $1. For me, for the past few days, it's been between $2 and $5 a day, which for me is huge. I've already earned more this month, even though it's the 23rd, than I had earned all of last month. I've had months like this before, but usually there was something that was making a big splash. One particular video that blew up, or out of nowhere one time, one video just exploded, but it was 2 years old. That video is sort of exploding again, but not really, not in views. So the way it works is I have 3 different numbers that scale up and down. One is the views. The views, they fluctuate wildly. Wildly. Depends. They can fluctuate wildly. Sometimes, I remember this, all of a sudden, this one video a while back, it went from, the chart was going views, views, views. It skyrocketed. I don't know what happened, but that video has been responsible for 2/3 of my total income ever through ads. And it just started getting more referring traffic from other videos all at once. All of these other videos just all started to have that video on their #1 most recommended, watch this one after this one video, and people were clicking on it. So that's one. Two is clicks. Now clicks, you don't really have control over, really. I think, you know, the placement during the video of when you have it in the middle, in the end, in the beginning, that sort of determines it, I guess. But otherwise, you don't really have control of clicks. You're not supposed to ask people to click on the ads. And if a really good ad is out, and that's playing, which is my theory sort of right now, then you can make a lot more clicks. And clicks are where you make your real money. Now, if nobody clicks on your stuff, I'm pretty sure you'll get paid just for having, you know, the ad shown, but you won't be paid. You won't be paid even close to as much. So what's important is that there's a ratio of the number of people who click on the ad versus the number of people who watch the video. So if that percentage stays the same, if 10 out of 100 people who watch the video click on the ad, and then you suddenly get 1 million views instead of 1,000 that day, then if that ratio stays the same, all of a sudden, instead of getting 100 people who click on it, you get, the 10,000? 100,000? Something like that. So that's obviously more. Here's point number 3, and this is the part that, where it gets a little squirrely. The amount you get per click changes. Now, I don't know where this comes into play in terms of the actual specific factors involved, but what did I even just say? But I can take some guesses. Just looking at this bookcase, it's very distracting. One thing could be how long did they spend looking at what they clicked on? Did they buy anything? Google surely gets a cut of that, and then I get a cut of what Google gets a cut of. I think it's actually 50-50 between Google and the partner, which is really cool. Again. But this is turning out to be long, but it's interesting to talk about. I'm going crazy. Nobody's around. There's turkey everywhere. What do I do? But all of these, I'm going to stop saying one day. One day. Together. We'll pull through. So it's interesting to see. My views didn't really spike, but all of a sudden my clicks did. And that could be anything. The different kinds of So it's interesting to take a look and say, well, if my video was good, or if it has something to do with this, or should I look forward to Christmas more because there will be more ads and people wanting to click on ads and look at these awesome deals? Have I just been reprioritized and now I'm on the top of lists again for give this person the best ad maybe instead of referred videos? But trying to make it like that is really hard, and it's super interesting. And that's a problem because I need to work hard on my schoolwork, and I don't want to because it's not what I'm passionate about. And I can be passionate about the things that the school work is about in terms of, so I'm not programming or making anything. I'm not creating or exploring things that I want to do when I'm in class. I'm learning how to be proficient at a certain area of computer science, however vaguely connected, be it calculus or introduction to Java, which is a programming language. So it varies wildly, and I'm not really learning, I'm not really doing things, I'm learning, and learning isn't fun to me in this way. There is a great deal of knowledge that I need to absorb, and there's a great deal of knowledge that I don't understand right away, that I don't understand after a long time, or that I already understand, so I disregard all of it and miss the information I don't understand. Going through the minutia and studying for exams and going to the beat of somebody else's drum has never really been something that has come naturally to me, even at all. And to say that is still an understatement. It's incredibly difficult. And it's very easy for me to try to follow what I'm passionate about and to find out what is the best way to get ads to work for me, or how do these work, or figure out the things that I'm interested in, instead of waiting to do that later during winter break, summer vacation, spring break, winter break, Thanksgiving break. Now is a perfect opportunity, except that I have an outstanding assignment that's due in a few days. It is a group project. My justification was a good one, but I'm not working on it. I feel like, I deserve it, or, this isn't interesting, they can't expect me to, any number of justifications that build up over time in the semester. I'm sick of these classes by now. And in the beginning, I wasn't. I was ready. What's this class going to be like? This is interesting. Novelty, for me, will get you everywhere. And it was new and it was fun, but now it's not. It's not new and it's not fun. It's boring, it's hard, and I hate it. But I still have to pull through and push, because if I don't do this now, later I won't be able to do the things I want to do. I will be too busy working at a place I don't want to work. And this was an unintentional segue. I did intend to segue to this, but this gets me to something that I have with me. This is a name tag that I took with me because I went to UNH in September of 2010. And for 2 semesters I floundered until I was finally kicked out. For 1 semester I had to cool my heels here. And I ended up working at Best Buy. And it was terrible. It was demeaning. And it was a lot worse than the things that I hadn't wanted to do. And I went back in the spring, after skipping the fall semester in 2011. And in the spring of 2012 I went back and I took this with me. And I was all worried the entire semester, and I had a hard semester, and I got 3 B's. And I went back this semester and I was expecting to do the same thing, and it started out great, and then it got hard because things don't stay the same. They get worse, they get harder. And this is an extremely long vlog, but nobody's watching these right now anyway, and if you are, then there must be a reason. And if you've already reached this point in the video, then I'm probably not going to bore you. I'm going to take this back because I didn't take it with me, because I need this. I need to be reminded, because I feel like just letting it slide, and that scares me. It scares me that I might do that because it would be so easy. I've played through so much of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I've played through it and I've recorded it, and it would be so easy to spend the rest of my time editing those things and putting them up. As it is, I've already edited 3 parts worth, and one of them is scheduled to go online on December 3rd. And it would be so easy to spend the rest of my time doing that, and so fun and fulfilling. And it would be hard work, but not the right hard work. And so patience is important. And it's hard for me because I get frustrated. This is stupid. Maybe it is stupid. Just because it's stupid doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So I guess I don't really have a point. This is a vlog. Vlogs are points in themselves. But if I had to summarize, I would say that what is interesting and important may not necessarily be more important than what is boring and important. That's the worst way I could have said that. Even if you're working hard to put off other work, or even if you're working hard just to do it and not putting off other work, if you're just prioritizing work that you don't need to get done instead of doing work that you do need to get done, it still counts as procrastination. You're still avoiding something you don't want to do, even if your main cause of doing it is not avoidance, but to seek doing this thing. It's a distraction. It took me a very long time to realize that having ADHD was a big deal in my life, even with medication. And it took an even longer time for me to realize that having medication for my ADHD didn't save me from the dangers of being distracted.